So after you have them lined up the way that you want, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to crop the face, and we're also going to cut the face into two pieces. Now when I say cut the face into two pieces, I mean the whatever layer is on top. Okay, so so we are going to be using the crop tool. The crop tool, we are going to be cutting this into an 8" by 10" rectangle, 300 pixels per inch. So go to the crop tool, and your options are up here where it says ratio. Change it to W times H times resolution. In the first box, you are going to put, which is your width, you're going to put 8 space IN for inches. The computer will know what you're talking about. The next window here, you are going to put 10 space IN. And then the pixels per inch, the next box, you're going to put 300. Okay? So after you set those, you can start dragging this window, and you can see it's always going to remain in the proportion of that rectangle. I'm going to take the image and put it inside of that space. You can make the window bigger or smaller. And when you do crop it, you want to crop it very close to the face, but more importantly, you want to crop out any of the edges of the two photos. So you can see if I cropped it like this, it will expose the bottom edge of the photo on top. So you just want to make sure you come in close so you don't see any of the edges around the edge of your window. Okay? So if this is the way, if that's the way you want it to look, again, I'm just going to go back. I have it set up 8 by 10. I can drag the window on top, move it where I want it to be, and then I hit done or return on my keyboard, and there we go. Now it's zoomed in, so I'm going to zoom out. You can hit Command 0, or you can just zoom out. Okay, so there's my picture, and you can see that they're both cropped. Oh, it looks like I have a little bit of the top of that picture in, so I'm going to crop it again. Now I actually made my layer invisible. That's okay, I can still crop it. I'm just going to come in a little bit. And it's okay, both pictures will be cropped. Okay, now I am going to take this top layer and I'm going to cut it into two pieces using the lasso tools. Now if I wanted it to be a sort of like a jagged line down the middle, you can use the polygonal lasso tool. And I try to go down the middle. You can try it a couple times. Now I'm just going to go around one of the edges. I just happen to be going around the left. It doesn't make any difference whether I go around the left or the right. And you can see here's my selection. I'm going to hit Command X to cut it, Command V to paste it. So what it did is that you could see in I have layer 1 and 2, it cut it into two pieces. It's at that point you can decide on which of your pieces of your face you want to use. Okay. Now if you don't like either one, you want to try it again, you can always just go to Edit, Undo a couple of times until these layers are put back together before you cut them into pieces. Okay, there it is. So if I wanted to, I can use the regular lasso tool. Instead of a jagged line, I can go with like a wavy line if I wanted to. But again, I like going down the middle. And I'll go around this side again. If you don't like it, you can just try it again. Like that better, it's a little more smoother. And I'm going to go around the outside. There it is. Make sure you're on your correct layer, the top, Command X, Command V. Same idea, put them together and see which one looks best. Okay, so I think I like this one better. So you can, if you wanted to make it a bit of an adjustment, like bigger, smaller, kind of lining it up a little bit better, you could certainly do that. You just gotta pay attention to the edges of that page. Like in other words, don't make it smaller where you now can see the edges of the picture. You just want to move them so the edges are gone, or you have to just recrop it. I'm going to go back a couple of steps. Okay. All right, I think that looks good. Now, if I'm happy with the results, there's one more step we're going to do before we merge all the layers, and that's going to be the next step, and that is adjusting the lighting.